In the annals of crime, certain stories rise above the rest, with their sheer bizarreness and intrigue. Today, we will delve into some of the most bewildering crimes of the century that you've likely never heard of. Yet they remain etched in the shadows of history due to their strange nature. Our first tale takes us to the quiet, unsuspecting town of Northampton, England, in 2011, where a peculiar figure started to make unlikely headlines. The so-called Northampton Clown began appearing randomly around town, dressed in full clown regalia, complete with a red wig and painted face. Unlike the malicious intent often associated with clowns of folklore, this figure did nothing overtly criminal but simply stood silently in various locations, sometimes offering to pose for photographs with passers-by. The unnerving presence sparked social media frenzy and widespread curiosity, throwing the town into a state of collective suspense. While criminal acts were not committed, the fear and unease caused by this silent specter were a testament to the power of suggestion and imagination. Next, we travel to Tokyo, Japan, in 1968, where we encounter one of the most enigmatic bank heists ever recorded, popularly known as the 300 million yen robbery. It involved a man disguised as a police officer who flagged down an armored car carrying massive sums of cash. Claiming that the vehicle was rigged with explosives, he convinced the guards to vacate the vehicle for their safety. Seizing the opportunity, the man drove away with the money, never to be seen again. Despite rigorous investigations and numerous leads, the identity of the thief and his whereabouts remain a mystery. This masterful crime not only showcased human ingenuity, but also exploited the vulnerabilities in trust and security systems of the time. Our third unusual case leads us to the South American nation of Brazil in 2011. A small town was thrown into disbelief when the local police discovered an underground tunnel stretching over 500 meters. This tunnel, dug painstakingly by hand, led directly into the vaults of the central bank in Fortaleza. The audacious gang behind this plot had rented a property and masqueraded as a gardening business for months, all while scheming underground. Despite acquiring a significant amount of cash, their triumph was short-lived. The elaborate operation ultimately led to their capture, but not before earning them a place in the annals of bold criminal escapades. Finally, let us explore the perplexing story of the Great Emu War of 1932 in Western Australia. While more of a military operation than a traditional crime, the event remains a historical oddity. Struggling farmers faced an overwhelming invasion of emus, destroying valuable crops, which led the government to deploy soldiers armed with machine guns to cull the birds. The operation was a resounding failure, as the emus, adaptable and agile, evaded capture and continued to ravage the land. This episode highlights the unpredictability of human-animal conflict and the sometimes farcical decisions that arise out of desperation. These stories remind us that the true strangeness of crime lies not just in the act itself, but in the circumstances, the characters, and the ripple effects that follow. Each tale is a window into a world where logic and law are momentarily overshadowed by the unpredictable nature of human creativity and folly. As we ponder these bizarre chapters of criminal history, we are left with a reminder of the complexity of human behavior, eternally oscillating between the rational and the irrational.